Yes. Hello and welcome back. You're watching the Sisaundra Show. This is one of my favorite segments, y'all. I love being able to highlight amazing Black businesses, not just in our community, but around the world. So let's get into hashtag Melanin Monday. Yes, so our next guest is a resume specialist who is going to give us some insight on how to formulate the perfect resume for when you're on the job. You know, all of us are job hunting, especially right now. So this is going to be very helpful for a lot of you. So check it out. Put your hands together and help me welcome Lesley Hunter. Hello, beautiful. Thank you so much. Please have a seat. Thank you so much for joining me. You are stunning.
Thank you. It takes one to know one.
Well, thank you so much. And you obviously got the memo and you definitely understood the assignment. Your fashion is on point. So let's talk about resume writing.
Yes.
It's a very interesting time for this and probably the best time for someone like you to assist a lot of people who are coming out of employment or transitioning to other jobs. You give complete makeovers. Talk to us about making over a resume.
Absolutely, and you've got it. That's what I do. My business is called Resume Makeover, and I've had it for a little over 7 years. And you're right, it's very crucial in today's world, especially with going through the pandemic and having so many people unemployed, to the job market finally trying to bounce back or get back on the right track. So we've got a lot of job seekers, and my job is to basically revamp their resume, give the resume star appeal, so that they can really the applicants can really wow the hiring managers.
And that's exactly what I was going to ask you, like the importance of having your resume crafted. Explain the importance of having this done, because a lot of people think, well, I can just do this, this, but that's the determining factor of you getting a job.
Yes, it 100% is. The resume is everything. I mean, they say that it takes a hiring manager 6 seconds to look at a resume to determine if they're going to have more interest in an applicant or not. That's like the first glance, approach. But if it's not together, they're just going to keep it moving. So
because so many people miss out on opportunities because of a poor resume.
Yes. I've seen applicants that literally are specialists in their field, they're incredible, but due to a poor resume, they miss out on an opportunity, which is unfortunate. Yeah.
So, the next question is going to be, please give us some tips. Some tips on how to make your resume and cover letter stand out in a stack full of people who may be qualified, but your resume stands out.
Absolutely. So there's several tips, but I'll give at least a few. So
thank you. I'm sure there's
whatever
a lot.
you need.
Yes.
Exactly. One of the tips is to really have an accomplishment-based resume versus task-based. So in every job, we have our regular day-to-day duties. For example, in sales, it's normal to prospect, pick up the phone, make either warm calls, cold calls, and those are just natural everyday expectations. So on a resume, you do want to put those, but you want to also enhance things that individually set a person apart. For example, if someone, let's say, increased sales by 20% in the first year, you want to put that on your resume.
That's important.
Because not every salesperson is going to do that. Every salesperson is going to pick up the phone, make cold calls, but you really want to focus also on your achievements, even more so.
And data is always great to include. Yes.
Employers love the numbers.
They're data-driven. Yes.
Yes.
I love it.
They love those numbers.
So is it true that you should customize your resume for the job that you're inquiring? So if you're going for this job, you may use this, but you're going for a different kind of job, you need to kind of massage it a little bit?
That's a great question. I've gotten so much feedback from my clients in general, and specifically one stands out when you ask that question about, impact. There was a client that I had that was referred to me that their actual mother-in-law referred them to me. I won't say their name.
Like, you need to get a job.
Yeah, exactly.
It was that
Exactly.
resonating,
She's
yes.
like, please help my son-in-law and my daughter
Get a job.
by helping him. And he had been laid off for 2 years.
Oh,
and
wow.
I know that's a long
That's
time.
real,
And
yes.
obviously not by choice, of course.
Right.
And so when the mother-in-law connected me and the client up, I revamped his resume. He was kind of in like the sales and some technical aspects of the business. And he came back to me in like a month or a month and a half, and he was like, Lesley, I really want to thank you. You've changed my life,
Oh,
you know,
wow.
which is, it's heartfelt for me to hear. And he said that within a few weeks of me revamping his resume, he had like 2 interviews with a firm, and he was hired within like a month.
Oh, my
And
goodness.
I know. And
That's
he had
a
been laid off
powerful
for
resume.
2 years. Yes.
My goodness.
And he was very like good at what he did. It's just the you know, sometimes people aren't the best interviewers. He worked a little bit on some interviewing
Right.
skills as well. And then the resume was not great. That's why he came to me, the initial one that he sent. So just through the combination, and I'm sure like having a boost of, you know, confidence that
Of
maybe I can do
course.
this now, that obviously helped
That
too.
makes you
So-
feel a lot better to
Yes.
go out and face the world.
Yes.
Now you have, oh my goodness, the resumes that you have created for everyone. It has been your business for 7 years.
Yes.
It takes how long for you to take a resume and then recraft it? That's what I'm
Yes.
trying to get
Yeah,
to.
sure.
Like, oh my God, yes.
Absolutely. So I'm a very like consultative person with my clients. So with all of my clients, I do like over the phone consults where I literally like lay out all of these kind of like you do towards your guests.
Yes.
Lay out like even super in-depth questions on their career history. So that's part of the process. But I would say once we have that over the phone or in person consult, my turnaround time is usually 3 to 5 days. But to actually do the resume, it depends. You know, if there's someone that's a college graduate, sometimes it can take, you know, 2 hours. If it's someone that's it's like from start to finish after I talk with the client to just kind of work on that. With the like C-suite level executives or
yes.
very technical people,
That can take a little
it can
bit more
take,
time.
yeah, even
Yes.
sometimes a few hours more than
Oh, my
that. And I'm
goodness.
super detailed, so I spend whatever time is necessary for me to
get it
have
done
really
right.
like as close to perfect. I know nothing's
Yes.
necessarily always perfect, but as close to perfect
But you're
resume.
a perfectionist. It's going to be pretty darn close.
I try to be an effective perfectionist.
Now,
right.
And I'm sure that you're worthy of the fee that you charge. We'd like to get
Yes.
into how much you charge.
Sure.
Is there certain levels of
Absolutely.
resumes that you have?
Yes, there are.
Okay.
So yes, my range is from $199, and those are usually like college graduates, up until like 1,000 or a little more for the C-suite executives. And so the middle range, which is around 600 or 700, is for like management
Yes.
or some professional that's not C-suite, but also it's not a beginner. So, and I have a more like specific list of rates on my website, but that's
Yes.
kind of the range from $199 on the entry level
Yes,
to
your
like a little over
C-suite can be
1,000 on the
yes.
C-suite level.
That's amazing. So
Yeah.
what's next for you?
Yeah, so,
Yes.
oh gosh, what's that next? Well, being on this show is a
We love
wonderful
having you here.
opportunity,
Thank
and I'm
you.
so happy to be here. And then I'm also doing other efforts. I do a lot of workshops with my business, both virtual, especially during the pandemic, and then before the pandemic, in person. So I have a few workshops with some universities coming up to like help the college
amazing.
graduates, yes, on their journey for when they're applying in the work field. So that's one of the things I have coming up, and that I've also done in the past.
Now, I find it very interesting that I think a lot of what you're taught in college is how to prepare for the workforce.
Yes.
So to need a resume writer after you're just coming out of college and have access to them is so powerful. I hope you all will
Yes.
check Miss Lesley out. She is a master in resume crafting. It's been such a pleasure sitting here speaking with you. Thank you so much
pleasure being
for
here.
joining me. I always ask my guests, do they have a quote they'd like to share? Do you have a quote on the top of your head you'd like to share?
There is one, and I hope I don't misquote it. It's by Carl Jung. He was a physicist, a German physicist, I believe. And he said, I am not what I was in the past. I am who I'm going to create myself. I have to look up the exact quote, but it's...
But I love where that's
Yes,
going.
yes.
So you know what? I'm going to ask our producer to put your picture back up
Yes,
here. Oh my God.
absolutely.
Lovely picture. Where is it, guys? Can I have a picture of Miss Lesley up here? Yes? So after we put this picture up, I want you to take a moment and just think about the younger you and everything you wanted to do, everything that you have achieved, what would you say to the younger you?
Yes. I would say continue to be strong, move forward, don't let your past define you. And I'm so proud of you. And that's what
Oh,
I
I
would say.
love that. And you're so
Yes.
proud of her. God bless you. We have a quote for you today. It says, "A real leader faces the music even when he doesn't like the tune." I hope you all have enjoyed the show today. And y'all know what to do. We want you to scan that QR code at the bottom of your screen. We have great content for you there. And we'll be back here tomorrow on the Sisaundra Show. God bless.